What is good, internet? Justin here, and in this video I'll be giving you my thoughts about Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I've been pretty much been playing this game, not non-stop, but pretty much a lot ever since it's been released. So about a week and a few days, and I feel like that's more than enough time to give my complete thoughts thus far. But really quickly, before we get started, I have played previous Call of Duties as well, dating back to Call of Duty 2, I think. I don't really remember too much about 2 and 3, but I do remember playing those, even multiplayer. But like most people, I didn't really get addicted to the series until Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2. Those two by far have been my favorites, even favorite games to a certain extent overall. And then a lot of people also enjoyed Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and I personally didn't like those games at the time, but I realized, especially because of the games we've had in the past couple of years, or the last Call of Duties we had in a couple of years, I really have taken Black Ops 1 and 2 for granted. So with that said, this game, long story short, I am enjoying it when, everything is going smoothly. One of the reasons why I thoroughly enjoyed this game was because I played the beta and I had a lot of fun with it. I don't necessarily scour the internet for specific comments, but more often than not, I saw a more positive view on it. Other than a few OP things, but that it kind of, it's a beta, that's what's supposed to happen, and they kind of addressed a few of those upon retail release. And I don't necessarily look up information as well about the games, especially with the last few games, and I should have probably. But this one's more, I didn't really look up anything about it, and I didn't even know when the release date was, right? It came out on a Friday, which really took me by surprise. I was like, how are people playing this game? It turns out it's already released. And then I ended up getting it that night. There was money in my PSN account, so I said, sure, why not? I'm not playing Fallout 4 anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and get it. So upon release date, I was having tons of fun with it. There was really little to no problems with it. Usually people complain about connection and if it's too laggy. I am on files, if that makes any difference, so I get like a million up, a million down. It's not Google Fiber by any means, but it is really good. It's more than what I really need, actually, but it's in my area and it's fairly cheap, actually, so I said, sure, why not? After a few days, I kind of sense that there's been a dip in play, or as far as like server issues. It hasn't been necessarily too laggy. I think I've probably actually only had 2 games where there was a few more red bars than I would like, but it hasn't been too common. I'm on PS4, which I feel like everyone absolutely does not like the net play on that thing, but I'm not having too much of a problem with that. I don't know if it's the lag compensation or whatever, but I feel like there's some kind of inconsistency going on with the servers and the connections there with everybody. I would like to get technical, but unfortunately I don't know what exactly to get technical about or what words to use and all that stuff, but this is just how I feel about the game. My style of play is usually submachine guns, run and gun, lurk, and do all those things. But in this game, I feel like more often than not, it doesn't exactly work the way that I envisioned it to. You're pissed off when you look at kill cams because you want to see how that bullshit happened, how you died. You feel like you hit that person. So in this case, I'm looking at kill cams more than I'd ever like to. If I feel like I get like 5 or 6 hit markers while the other person just does whatever he wants. He can do a 360, he can go make a sandwich, he can go prone, and then he can still kill me before I kill him. And I've kind of tested this with some friends, and I've actually looked this up on the internet to see if people feel the same way. Again, lag compensation, maybe connection to other people, maybe, I'm not entirely too sure. But one of the things I realized that there's a huge dip in distance and connecting with or hitting people with distance on submachine guns now. In previous games, you can go head to head with an assault rifle and a submachine gun at medium to long range. In this game, you can't necessarily do the same thing, which is why they included like a long barrel attachment on some submachine guns. Maybe all of them. I've only used like 2 submachine guns so far. Maybe that's why they included that. And this is not me being a Call of Duty fanboy. Like I said, I absolutely hated Advanced Warfare, and I never really appreciated the Black Ops games before this one. But the one that I did like the most between now and my favorite Modern Warfare 2 was Ghost, surprisingly. I thought the hit detection was perfect. I thought, you know, the gunfights worked out very well. There wasn't too much lag going on or anything like that. The only problem with that game was the maps were absolutely atrocious. They were garbage, and the kill streaks were also dumb as well. It felt underwhelming for a Call of Duty game in terms of like the whole blockbuster feel to it. But yeah, like I said, killing people actually felt like you were connecting with everybody. And then yeah, also people probably didn't really play that game too much because the new consoles were coming out. It was the same time when the PS4 and the Xbox One were coming out, so could be another reason why people didn't play it, unless you were getting it with the new consoles. But like I said, that's the one I actually enjoyed in between Modern Warfare 2 and this one. But this one nonetheless is very good. No one's gonna play it. It seems like no one's gonna play it. You can tell no one's playing it because Treyarch, instead of putting how many people are playing this game currently and how many people are in specific game types and playlists, they have a percentage which doesn't really tell you too much. I can tell you it's not that high right now. I'm on PS4, and a lot of times I'm playing Ground War, and I'm seeing a few of the same people I've seen before in Ground War. So the jetpacking and jumping around, double jumping, wall running is back, like in Advanced Warfare. Again, it is very gimmicky, and I think it's better than Advanced Warfare, but it's still pretty bad. But it's very useful in this game. Like I said, this game is extremely fast-paced. You can snipe, you can camp a little bit, but because there's multiple ways of going around and flanking, it's very difficult to actually stay in one spot the entire time. There's nothing too overpowered about it, or nothing too overpowered in general about this game. The specialist class are actually not as bad as I thought they were going to be. They're all useful in their own way, and so far there isn't an overwhelming amount of the same specialist classes in the game all the time. They're all really fun. It depends on how your style is, and it depends on what game mode you're going to play. The kill streaks are extremely difficult to get. I haven't seen anything crazy all the time. People do get pretty high sometimes, but you know, it's not as common as before. I have run, or a lot of people have been running care packages as well, and that's one of the few times I've actually seen the higher kill streaks is because of the care packages. You know, I'm complaining about how I feel like I can't kill anybody. I feel like other people are going to complain about it as well, because I haven't exactly seen too many high scores. Again, more often than not, I am playing Ground War just because there's more people and I kind of want to test out a few things through there. I haven't seen too many high scores. The highest I've gotten so far is like 50 something, and that's not very often. I rarely see people drop 40 bombs a lot, even in specific game types, like the one where you have to escort the robot. It's blanking on me right now, but that one I feel like lasts longer than Domination. But people aren't dropping too much high scores. I have seen, you know, stuff like 50, 60, even I think I saw 70 bomb the other day, but it's not as common as before. I don't know if it's because it's the reasons why I'm complaining about this game, or it's because, you know, the maps kind of are atrocious. Some of the maps are decent and some of them are pretty forgettable, but overall, you know, it's nothing too bad. It's not on Ghost level of terrible. At the end of the day, I am really enjoying this game, and I'm gonna keep playing it, because I bought it digitally and I can't resell it like I usually do with most of my games, and B, because it's actually legitimately pretty fun. If you don't have it, I suggest waiting and maybe figuring out if everything gets fixed. But if you do like Call of Duty in the past, specifically Black Ops and stuff, then I definitely think you should pick it up. But there's like those small issues are probably gonna bug me, but I'm still gonna play it because it's not just happening to only me, and I can always move on to different game types as well. Hardcore mode, more people are playing hardcore mode than I've ever seen before, which is pretty cool. You can't do a lot of stuff in hardcore like you can in the past as well. They definitely got rid of spawn trapping in hardcore, but spawns are pretty bad in this game. If you saw my other video, I actually spawned with the enemy, and it actually happened again, but just to one person. I didn't catch it, but yeah, spawns still suck ass. Yeah, this game is extremely fast-paced. Spawns still suck ass. There's nothing too overpowered, and they're still hot fixing and hot patching certain guns and probably kill streaks as well in the future. But yeah, I'm gonna play this game a bit more. I'm enjoying it, and that's all. thanks for watching. Please follow and support. I'll be putting out more Call of Duty content and other content, really, because Star Wars is coming out. The moment I'm making this video, Star Wars is actually downloading right now. So if you want a squad in Call of Duty or in Star Wars, please feel free to hit me up. I'll definitely join in on you, and we'll have good times together. But yeah, this is Justin. Please follow and support. Check me out on Twitch. I'll be streaming like non-stop. It's Thanksgiving next week. I'm taking this week off of school. I'm a nerd. So yeah, thanks for following and supporting. Thanks again. Go ahead and play Call of Duty if you have time and you want to, and you loved Call of Duty in the past that isn't Advanced Warfare or Ghosts. It definitely feels like a balance between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. It definitely feels that way. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys real soon. Later.